Merry Christmas, Blunt Force business friends. Hey, welcome to Blunt Force Business. I am Brian LaFauci.
And I'm Patrick Marino.
And it is holiday celebration time.
We are celebrating our holidays.
Drunk
we are full,
on eggnog.
We are full of cheer.
Full of holiday cheer.
Holiday cheer. Are you a holiday cheer person?
Christmas walks in my door the day after Thanksgiving, vomits everywhere, and stays that way for about 45 days.
That doesn't sound like a really cheerful experience.
I'm very cheerful. If you walk in my house, you can't. It's impossible to walk in my house and not be like, "Hey, what season are we in?" It is everywhere.
Okay.
At one point in time, I think I counted. We had close to 20 trees, not all full size trees, but
I've been in your house. Where do you put all those trees?
So we had. We had 4 full-size ones. One that is the main Christmas tree, and then 2 of these other fake ones that go in the living room next to to the left and the right of where the TV is. And then another one we did in the downstairs living room. And then all these little trees everywhere. So right now we are not fully decorated for Christmas. We haven't got our main tree. We're doing that this weekend.
Yeah, but what time is it? Where are we?
We're not even in December yet. So, but
why are we recording this now?
Why are we?
If it's being released the week of Christmas.
Because we want to be ahead of the game and make sure and wish everyone a happy holidays at the right time. So you're going to see this the week before Christmas, but we're a couple weeks ahead because we're good planners.
Okay.
We knew Christmas was coming. Fucking who knew?
we put it on the calendar this year.
Yeah. I guess I hear this holiday.
Are you a natural? Do you have a natural tree?
Yeah. So that one's doing a family thing to put that one up. But
it's not up right now.
Not up right now. That one's going up this weekend. But right now, actively in the house, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 trees up already, and. More to come.
Mm-hmm.
There's more to come. There's more to come, Charlie Brown. Yeah, Christmas is a big deal. The season's a big deal. My wife loves it. She gets into it. She is the Christmas Gestapo, as far as decorating goes, to get anything across the changed from last year. Last year I was allowed to do this lighted fence that I did in the front yard, right, going along the road. And I got a lot of pushback. I'm like, just let's do it. And it ended up being great. It looked really cool. This year, I was like, can't wait to do the fence. She's like, yeah, we're not doing that this year. I'm like, how did I lose it? It was a big hit. But I lost it, so it's not going up. So there's other stuff now instead of that. But the holidays are definitely something we get all into, and it's fun. It's fun around the house. And as much as I tease, the mantle especially. The mantle's there's a lot. There's a lot of red, white, blue. Red, white, and green going on. Yeah. But it's at the end of the night when you wind down and you're kind of sitting on the couch, you look around. It's it's easy to get in the mood.
Right.
The holiday we do. Christmas is at my house, and we do a Christmas party leading up to it too. So it works.
Yeah,
it does the thing. For my non-Christian brethren out there, we wish you a happy Hanukkah and whatever other holidays you celebrate. It's all the same. It's this time of year. It's all about family and getting together and feeling cozy. And I lived in Florida for a period of time.
When did you live in Florida?
When I was getting my undergrad degree, and I really struggled to get in the holiday spirit living in Florida.
Right.
It's just not the same.
Because of the weather?
Yeah, it's it's like that famous Corona commercial we've all seen for decades.
Right.
The little palm tree goes on. Yeah, it's like that. And you're like, all right, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. But no, it's not. Santa sweats his balls off when he goes to Florida. It's goes to Puerto Rico to drop off toys. He's hot in that suit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an old man, and I have thought about that in the past, but I guess I don't think about it very often. What are they doing? Because it's really cold in the Northeast.
Yes.
It's cold in parts of the Midwest and
Mm-hmm.
but the South, Southern California, and
Yeah.
the rest of the world. I mean, Christmas isn't just like
Hot.
here.
Right. Yep. Yep.
Interesting to think about.
Very interesting because the
'Cause we
South,
have
the
it
South
so-
Pole, it's summer,
Yeah, it's so related to
winter, and cold.
snow.
Yes. Yep.
All of our imagery is snow,
Yep.
even though we don't get snow anymore.
Right. Right. Well, we did the other day. We got a little dusting.
I didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't get any snow.
No.
No.
Oh yeah, I did. I did at my house. Got just a dusting, and then it was gone. But today we wanted to kind of have a little reflection. Spend some time reflecting on the year. This was the first year for Blunt Force Business, and it's been a really exciting year. It's been a lot
When
of
did
fun.
we start recording stuff?
Well, we had been recording the year before.
So we did record last year.
Yes, but nothing.
Was it around this time?
I think it was before this time. Yeah, we'd recorded. We trashed. I mean, those will come out in a decade.
Well, they
from
have
now.
been coming out, kind of.
No, the original stuff.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that we posted at first was all stuff from that period.
Oh, I think we have. I mean, we have a whole startup series that's sitting in the archives we never
Right.
touched, and that'll come out in the decade.
Well, I mean, I think that if you look
anniversary.
back at our accounts, you see a lot of it. A lot
Okay.
of it's peppered in there.
in maybe the social media stuff.
Yep.
Okay, but didn't release in the video.
We'll never
form.
go into YouTube because it was just really poor quality. The audio, either
it'll
the
go.
audio was bad or the video was
It'll
terrible.
be in the 10. It'll be in the 10-year anniversary release of all the stuff. It'll be in there. Be in there. That's when you don't care because now you're like, all right, you know.
Well, we had one video where we were just learning, right? And our whole brand was we were going to drink every video. Remember that? And then
Yes.
we had a bottle of rum and we put it out here. And the video focused on the rum and we were blurry for the whole video.
That's a great video for the rum company.
And there was a lot of them where there was just like some background noise or something like
Right.
that, or the angle
You
was
learn.
weird. And
You learn. It's a great, but it's been fun. This has been fun. I've loved
for
doing
sure.
this with you.
Yep. Grateful for Brian LaFauci
Yep.
and Shannon.
Absolutely. Shannon was the blessing that came down from the sky. That was the Christmas gift. The Christmas gift of last year that keeps on giving. Because you came on board right after the winter last year. About the most. What time? March 4th at 7:58 a.m. Is that what you made?
9 a.m.
Okay.
9 a.m. sharp.
So 9 a.m. sharp. March 4th, 9 a.m. sharp is when you committed to us, and it's been awesome since. That's when the videos started to get better too. We went from suck to not suck when Shannon came on board about that time. And no, it's been fun. It's been a really good year. When I'm really excited about what this next year has to bring. Now that we've kind of, you do. Our video library is get pretty extensive right now. When you think about the fact that we've only been at this for this specific thing for less than a year,
Right.
it's exciting to see what next year will look like when we do this
Have a
next
full year.
when we do this next year and we
We've
reflect.
learned and reflected.
Is that thought giving you a headache? Like
I
another
just have
year?
headaches. The holidays give me a headache
The
sometimes.
holidays.
I'm a huge fan of the holidays.
What do you
But
like
they're
best?
stressful.
What do you like best and what do you like least?
I still have a young child, so that's probably the best part of it because Christmas is still magical, and I enjoy, even though I see most of my family like during the year, so it's not a super, super big deal, but I definitely enjoy just spending some stress-free time with the family, and you and I both I'm still kind of, I guess, in a transition, like what holidays were like as a single guy, and then what holidays were like as a married guy with a pretty full family, and now what holidays are like as a divorcee,
Yeah.
as another single, but in a single more complicated way than when
Yeah,
I was just Joe single.
Yep.
So I think it's still kind of a transition.
Yeah.
Figuring out, because at some point we had a very good idea of what these things looked like. Like, what does Thanksgiving look like? Everybody comes over, we rent tables and chairs, we buy expensive turkeys, and the same thing with Christmas. You know what I mean? Like Christmas Eve, we go to my parents' house. Christmas Day, we have a big brunch at my house. Everybody comes over, and then you get divorced, and things kind of change. So I
Yeah,
think
they
in some,
morph.
I think in some ways it's like, for me, I'm still in a transition because it's looked a little bit different every year since then. But And Christmas Eve has always been like one of my favorite days of the year.
I always liked the day after Christmas was a bit like one I really enjoyed. Christmas was bigger than Christmas Eve in my house. Although Christmas Eve we would go to my grandmother's, and that was really, really nice. Like, really relaxed.
Christmas was always the day itself was always just.
It's a blur.
It's a freaking blur. It's so stressful. Yeah. You're freaking like, we always had people over, and it was always like, and then you had presents everywhere. You'd have to clean up, you know what I mean? Like, and you were, if you're like me and you have a young child, you're Santa Claus, which is a whole freaking thing. Like we had a lot of 3 a.m. go to sleep, get waken up at 4:30.
Yeah.
Where you don't get out of bed, but that's the amount of sleep that you get.
Yeah.
So like, and then Christmas Day is just like, it's great, but then it's like how quickly you can get people out the door. And then by midday, you're just toasted.
Yeah.
And we never, when I was in my married phase, we never went anywhere after that. Like it was like midday and Christmas was over.
Yeah, we don't leave the house Christmas.
When I was younger, we had to go to 2 different families for Christmas on Christmas Day.
You did? Yeah, no, we did. I never did that, and I don't do that now. Everyone comes to, and I like that. I like not going anywhere. Sure, you like not going.
I liked it, yeah, for sure.
So it's not. I enjoy that, and we kind of same thing. It's kind of go. We open our doors a little bit usually after. Like mid-afternoon, and we'll have friends come by, and so it goes until evening time. But I always love the day. The day after is great because you just kind of get up,
right?
You unfuck from the day before, and for me, my birthday is the 27th. So as a kid, the day
That's
after
tough.
I look at it differently.
Okay,
all right. As a kid, I always like, Christmas night as a kid, it's like, it's a bittersweet thing. It's like, that was such a great day.
Right.
But it's over now. But for me, I was like, it's over for everyone else. But the next day you wake up and I'm like, tomorrow's my birthday. Right? So it's always exciting.
I mean,
knowing that like, there was this other thing right around the corner to look forward to that eased you out of the Christmas.
My ex-brother-in-law's birthday was on Christmas Day.
Really?
Yeah, so I think she got the shaft.
Oh God, yeah.
And he got the shaft.
If you're talking about gifts, yes.
But my it's very stressful on the other side of that because my ex-wife's birthday was on January 1st. Mm-hmm. So that was like you make a big deal for Christmas and then you got to do it again in a week.
Right. Well, for my family, they always tried to, when I was a kid especially, make my birthday a big deal, which is tough. Yeah. So what they would do, their trick was they would invite all the people over that didn't come over. So the family that doesn't come for Christmas came 2 days later for my birthday. And that's how they did that. Right. So a lot of times I wouldn't see the family that was over for Christmas, I wouldn't see all of them on my birthday.
Right.
They were just over, but I would see other family. And I never got to have the party in school.
Yeah, I had a summer birthday.
Yeah, so you didn't either.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, like it's your birthday today, you get cupcakes. I never got to do that.
Yeah. They used to do the announcement at school. Mm-hmm. Today is somebody's birthday. Here's the list of people.
Yeah.
And I never had that.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, I think they did it like at the end of the year.
Did they? Oh,
I think they did like if I remember correctly, they
That's
would
a
do
good
like
admin
at the end of the school year. I mean, we're talking freaking so many years ago.
Many, many years ago.
30 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
35. But they would, at the end, I feel like the last day of school, they'd be like, and here are the summer, I can't remember.
Shit, 35 years ago, you could bring peanut butter cupcakes with peanut butter toppings and a crushed up side of peanut butter to snort. And that was the birthday celebration.
Yeah, peanut butter is awesome.
Snorting peanut butter chips.
I think one of the reasons why holidays are stressful for me as well is it's just a stressful time for me in terms of my time for working. Because there's 2 ways it was stressful. One is earlier, I wasn't used to the ebbs and flows of the agency. So it's like you're so used to having like X number of new clients per month, and then maybe you lose a couple just because the project's over or whatever it is. And so like sometimes it'd be stressful because like you wouldn't make very much money in November and December because a lot of people, it's like end of the year.
Yeah,
it's like,
right, not doing as much.
Yeah, we're all done. Yeah, exactly. And then January, February, all of a sudden it's like,
Right.
It's fucking crazy, right? Like January, and the January especially, like the first couple weeks of January quiet, and then all of a sudden fucking
Right.
everybody comes out of the woodwork. They're like, oh, we need this, we need that.
Right. Yeah, everyone's
and getting
back.
used to that was hard, especially financially. It'd be hard because like Christmas, all of a sudden you have the least amount of money you had the whole rest of the year. So you had to figure that part out. But now that I have more retail customers, now this period is just bonkers.
Right.
You know, from like, you know, preparing, but it's just like really the beginning of November through Christmas is by far the most I work.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because it's like this is where they make all their money.
Right.
All of their money is made during 2 months.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's like,
So now
if you
you're
don't
pressed,
kill
yeah.
it, and it's like you have to be available just in case something goes wrong. Because as much as you plan, you might know. I mean, because like you said, Christmas came this year. It comes every year.
Yeah.
You know, Black Friday is always
Yeah.
it's always
Yeah.
the same. But as much as you prepare, something always goes wrong, or you always want to jump on an opportunity. So you have to be available
Right.
to some extent.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
What
That's
about
good
you?
stuff.
What does your business look like?
We didn't really slow down. I shouldn't say that. From a delivery standpoint, I don't have a ton of retail customers right now. So from a delivery standpoint, we slowed down a little bit, but a lot of the work that we do right now is in contract space, you know, federal, state, municipality, and that is, you know, that's a kind of some set fee work and stuff that's still going on. And school system, we do some school system work that's actively running all the way through. So that's, you know, I wouldn't say we slow down, but it's nice because there's always, whether you slow down or you're busy, there is a little bit of a general expectation in the next couple weeks of people are a little more, right? Like, you know, the sense of urgency most of the time isn't like your foot to the gas.
Right.
And it's almost a guarantee that in our industry, from a couple days before Christmas until after New Year, you don't have to do much.
Right.
You know, which is nice. It is nice to do that. One of the things I wanted to do as part of our, you know, kind of holiday Christmas celebration is maybe just say a couple things that we were thankful for. Maybe talk a little bit about what we're excited about for next year for our listeners, and then kind of wrap.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead. You give me your top two things. We do this with our clients on our weekly call, which is great. So we're gonna do it now. Let's do your end of year holiday blunt force business start, stop, continue.
Yeah.
Right. And then we'll kind of go from there.
What am I going to start with? Something I want to start?
Yeah, we'll both go with, we'll both start with start.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think that one of the things that is the most challenging whenever you're growing something for me is the part where it gets too big for you individually, right? So some people do a very, very good job of, like, for example, I've been talking to people who we just talked to one the other day, people who run franchises. And it's like one of the keys to being a good franchise is to hire a manager like right away. Because if you figure that out, then that takes, you know, a lot of the pressure off. Because otherwise you're in the freaking business all the time. And that's not the whole point. The point is not to be in the business. And I think that I'm bad at that. So what I have to start doing is start adding resources before I take on projects. And so part of that is going to be like, can we add people to help us out with what we're doing? You know what I mean? I think that's a start for sure.
I like it. I like it. A start for me, I say, as we're going into 2024, is going to be, and we were just talking about this a little bit before the call, is offloading a little more of the copy work that we are doing and getting that off of our kind of full-time plate, contracting that out. Because you won the contract. If you won the contract W-2 debate, if any of our listeners didn't see that, go back a couple months and listen to that debate. But I realized that you know, that stuff is probably going to be an offload for 2024. and we'll start pushing that out. So very similar to you, right? It's the growth, taking that another growth step of bringing someone on that allows us to continue to grow without with keeping you and I in the focus of what we need to be for our companies, which is the 10,000 foot level a lot of times,
right?
And growth strategy. So
yeah.
Awesome. What about stop? What do you think is your stop for 2024?
I think that one of the things I have to do, and this is something we actually talk about a lot, is I have to stop focusing on the micro level, especially in terms of this stuff. It's like, why am I looking at the statistics of every single little thing, right? You have to let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. And I don't always follow that, right? So I think stopping that micro level of, and I do that in a lot of areas. I'm good at that. But with this one, it was personal, right? Mm-hmm. It's our baby.
Yep.
So I think that's part of it. And stop worrying about that and being more focused on the bigger picture. Like let that part of it go and realize that if you look at, like, as you would say, more like a monthly or a quarterly, then you see progress.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes on the day-to-day, it's like, oh,
right.
Why did that fail? Nobody's looking at that. What the heck? What are we doing wrong? You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Instead of looking at the bigger picture, like, well, look where we are now versus where we were.
That's a good one. I think the stop for me is going to be to stop for this year, stop feeling like there's anything really new we need to produce this year. I think, which will lead into my continue, right? Mm-hmm. But my stop is I'm always of the mindset of looking at the next shiny nickel. Or that's a bad example, but looking to see, like, what are we missing, right? I think I'm going to stop doing that this year, which would lead into my continue. So I'll just jump right into my continue because it's a good flow. My continue is going to be, I'm very happy with as we've grown the Blunt Force Business company over this year, the system we've created, the system from a standpoint of how we use our time, how we go from idea to concept to delivery, and then how we kind of expound on that. I think that system has gotten very streamlined, and I am very excited to just continue that system, continue to tweak it, and see how it builds upon itself. We've built the rock this last year. We've built the base of which we can grow off of, and I think now being committed to that base and excited for its growth.
Cool.
What's your continue?
I mention this all the time on the weekly calls, is that I have, I'm, for whatever reason, one of my strengths is communicating via email. Mm-hmm. And so I need to, whenever there's a pause in my staying on top of that, my business, everything else kind of fails. It's like the better I am at keeping that train moving, the better off I always am. So I think that if I continue to improve at my email communication, but just keep the weeklies, keep them going, I think that's something I just need to keep leaning into, right?
Awesome.
Strengths-based, lean into what you do well.
Yeah.
It's because you go through, we talk about it all the time. It's like you go through, well, maybe I should be focusing on more social media. Maybe I should be focusing on more on SEO. Maybe I should be paying for advertisements. When it's like email, and it goes some people are like, oh, I get too much email, or I don't want to. It's been pretty important for me,
right,
throughout my professional career. Yep. Even when I was not working in anything related to anything we're doing right now. Right. Even when I was coaching soccer. Yeah. I was building those programs. Yep. A lot of it was just staying up all night and emailing as many people as I can. You know what I mean? And now it's like, I put together consistent weekly messages across all these different platforms. It's like, I think I do that pretty well. So it's like, I have to continue. But
I like it. no better time than to stop, continue than right at the holidays. And I'm glad we got to share that with our listeners and excited for what we have to come in this next year. And so I just want to take time from Patrick and I to wish all of you a wonderful Christmas and holiday season and a happy new year. We thank you for being part of our journey, and we look forward to what we have to offer you for years to come.
Yeah, thank you. We're very, very grateful.
Super grateful for you. I'm Bronlyn Fauci.
Patrick Marino.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.